Yeah.
I'ma drip forever. Pull up in my jealous. Niggas acting jealous. Ain't nothing they could tell us. Niggas steady plugging. I've been dripping sauce. Headed since a youngin'. I'ma have it as a boss. Rockin', I've been punkin'. Keep it drippin' at all costs. Drippin' like I'm Dublin. So much drip, I need a yacht. Look me in my eyes. I'ma drip just like that.
Doing it and doing it and wow. Doing it and doing it and doing it wow. I like your t-shirt.
Ooh, thank you.
I'm not even joking. I'm giving a genuine compliment to a genuine friend.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yo, ladies like the shirt. You guys gotta cop the shirt.
I do, because it's like I want to be her friend and I also want to be her.
Facts. No, she's a vibe. I also want to be here. You know what I mean? If I looked like that, I would look at myself all day, to be honest.
Yeah,
Shit,
you'd be a cam girl for
hey,
sure.
I would work it.
Fuck,
Shit. Hey, I got the vibe. I feel like I could be a cam girl. Like
guys always say that. They're always like, if I was a girl, I'd be such a slut.
You don't think I could be a slut? You don't think I have it what it takes?
No,
like,
of course you do. But I'm
yeah,
saying,
exactly.
I know what you're thinking
I got that
already.
slut energy. Okay, don't get it twisted. Okay, I'm not.
Energy
I got that slut energy.
is monetary.
It is. Yeah, you can monetize that. Facts.
Monetize.
I'm trying to. So,
Yes,
shop
you can.
Stoo-ie or stooieart.com. Check it out. Link right there in the bio and link right there in the description.
Take control.
Check that out.
Take control of your success and wear one of his shirts, or else you're fucking not a good person.
Off top, you know what it is. Facts. If you want to look sexy like Stoo-ie, you know what it is. You know what I mean? So this is Sitting with Stoo-ie. We're here. D. We're at. I like
know.
it.
Let's take a deep breath and just like sway in this
I know.
vibes.
Yeah.
I love that we're in my nest. Like this is basically like my brain.
Literally though.
Like everything is like my vibes. When
Facts.
people come here, they respect, especially if they're creative motherfucker.
Yeah.
They notice the little like tidbits of things that I have all over the place.
100%. And it's big respects. As you walk in, you just see the artistic vibes. Like everything I could feel like you put it is very meticulous, is well thought out. It wasn't just like, let me just put that there for the sake of putting that there. It was like, it was more of, these are pieces. These are like, I've always wanted that, so I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this couch, for instance, I feel like this is like a piece that you would see, you're like, wow, I've always wanted something like that. And then you were able to acquire it, and now you have that
I'm
shit.
so proud of having this too, and
this
like
is crazy.
getting it here. Like my dad helped me. Like I told him my passion for having this, and
shit.
like he made an effort to like get off work and help me
Yeah.
get it here and stuff.
Facts,
like
facts.
it's so cool.
So like, what was that like? When did you get that? Where'd you even acquire a couch like this? This is like some nice velvet damn near. Like, what is this?
I know,
Tell me about
but
this.
like, so it's vintage, right? I wanted
Okay,
that vintage
clearly.
look.
Yeah, I could tell. Vintage vibes. Okay.
Yeah, so
All around.
it's Italian. It's from like the 50s. It was in a family forever. It was custom made.
Shit, this from the 50s?
Yeah, man. Italian, actually Italian
This is
made.
imported.
Yep.
Okay,
So I'm the one that
it's like
got
the
it.
wine.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
shit,
Oh my God,
okay.
we're Italian.
Yo, you know, yo,
And I feel like this
Italian
red
on Italian.
Italians
Yo, facts.
invented it for sure.
Facts, off top, 100%.
But yeah, I got it
without a
on
doubt.
Let Go because I was
okay.
searching for that
Yeah.
tufted look.
Shout out to Let Go. Holy.
Excuse me, but
this is
guess
steal.
what? I got
What?
bad news.
Tell me bad. No, I don't want to hear
Let,
bad news.
Let
What?
Go is gone now.
Really?
No, it really does depress me.
Facts.
2016 it started, and now it's gone.
How do you know it's gone? Like what? It's like officially?
Because I was trying to download it on the App Store, and then I look it up, and it said September 21st is the last day to get all your data and stuff off of it.
September. Shit. So that already passed. So
Yeah,
we're fucked.
It's gone forever.
Damn, that's
So
crazy.
now I have to do Facebook Marketplace apparently to
Word.
dig for. Oh, I hate
So
Facebook.
I was
But
gonna-
I'll do it for
For the new pieces.
vintage.
Yeah. Facts. All day. So do you have any other like vintage pieces that you
that I
with?
want to acquire.
Yeah, tell me about some pieces you want to acquire.
Well, I want to get more Playboys. You saw the 1969,
She has crazy
right?
Playboys, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not even like I'm not fronting, like crazy vintage Playboys, like in very good condition too, like crazy. So like, where do you get these pieces?
Just like random antique stores. Like there's one that's on, what's it called? It starts with a D. Dundas.
Yeah.
Dundas and Kiel area.
Okay.
It's fun to look for it too. It's all about acquiring it too. Like,
Yeah.
But that's with anything in life. Like the journey to get to what you're trying to get to.
No
Do you
doubt.
enjoy that?
Right.
And for me, with vintage, I enjoy that process
Right,
of like
right.
looking and trying to find
Finding new
and
places.
negotiating.
Right,
like,
negotiations.
yeah, and
okay.
people that have the similar interests, you get that sort of like neuron mirroring system where you're both just like, I have a passion for this,
Yeah.
and I do too. I understand your passion, so
Right.
it's like it's a really good feeling to be around those
No
people.
doubt. Yeah, I feel you. That's crazy. So like, how did you find out about like your first vintage spots? Like, what got you into vintage? Like, how did you find out about the first vintage
That's
spots?
a good question.
Yeah. Like, I feel like
sorry, I've been
all I know about
yawning.
is like Value Village, you know. So like you're
Yeah,
talking about like
that's where I started probably.
yeah, right. So like, how do you find these new
And
spots?
then from there, it's just well, I respected older film. Like, I was never the like super like party going. I was more of like an introvert. So like with old films, like I would sit and watch like a lot of like black and whites or even silent films, and I'd respect the environments, like the aesthetics.
Right.
And then
right.
I wanted to learn about that. I was like, I thought this was called button back. It's like, you know, the button back stuff.
So what is it called?
It's called Tufted. So
Tufted.
so I had to learn about that.
That's tough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tufted.
Just type
okay.
in random things in Google to try to
Facts.
figure out what you're looking
Word.
for, right?
That just elevated my. I feel like I have a lot more couch knowledge now. Tufted. Okay. Okay.
Dude, if
Tufted
you leave my place
vintage.
without learning something,
Word.
you're not my friend.
Facts,
So now
facts,
we're
facts.
friends.
Yo, off top. Hey, let's get it. Gang, gang, gang. I rate it.
Excuse me while I take this sip.
Yo, I like how you're sitting too. I'm not like sit like you. Like I
No,
feel
I
like
want
it's
you to
all-
be comfortable.
Yeah,
Do you
let's
need
get it,
another
let's get it.
pillow?
No,
Because
no,
I have
no.
more
Yo,
pillows.
I like it. You come. You're very hospitable. I like it. I like that
Thank
about you. It's a
you.
vibe. You know, we sit on the tufted couches.
But that's what I wanted. This when I think about the goals that I've had in life too, like you have to work on it to achieve it. It's like
Right.
one of the things was like I want to. Well, I started modeling and why I stayed with it was because I got to work with creative people that have these weird ideas and don't speak in a linear fashion.
Right.
Like they're all over the place because I'm very like that.
Sure,
so when
yeah.
I thought about that and attracting more of those people, I thought of having like a very artsy place. Like even the patio there.
Yeah.
Like I hand put tape
Right.
in that to make that because I was just like
Word.
I had the vision and I
the vision.
executed it and like
You didn't
creative people respect that, you know.
You didn't have to pay no man to do it for you. You did it for yourself.
I went to
rate
the
it.
dollar store. I went to the dollar store.
Yeah.
I went on Amazon and
I
acquired the things
Yourself,
appropriate to
yourself.
create what I needed to create. You know
Off
what I mean?
top, I rate it.
You know
That's
what I mean,
crazy.
though?
No, it's off top, you'd have thought that was like you paid someone to renovate that for you. You know
No,
what I mean? Like,
I acquired.
okay, I like it. I like it a lot. That's dope. Matter of fact, shout out to Dowood for everybody that's looking for some different requirements for their home renovation spots. Dowood is our sponsor. They sponsored us with this table out here.
Yo, respect.
There's
Yo.
no table out here on the market like this. If you wanted a table with the camel print like that, I'm
Solid.
telling you, look for that. You won't be able to find it anywhere else but
Solid.
Dowood. Dowood sponsors the podcast. They also hooked us up with these kendamas. If you like anything with wooden products and you want to support the environment, shout out to Dowood. Get your stuff at dowood.com. Okay. So like,
All about this wood.
so do you would you have any wooden products at home? Like you to like giving back to the environment? Like what do you?
Ooh, speaking of that, actually, like that's why I want to pre-apprentice in carpentry because I another thing with
Fuego.
acquiring vintage items and
Yeah.
stuff. You can find some stuff for free. So
Right.
I would take stuff, I would disassemble it,
Yeah.
reassemble it, and but update it with like putting new fabric or new paint on it
Right.
and sealants. And so I learned about a lot of stuff doing that myself too.
Interesting. So like, tell me more about that. Where'd you learn about that? Like the
No, I'm just
sealants.
doing it.
So you put sealant. What is a sealant? That sounds.
Oh,
that's
like
so
a
interesting.
resin, or when you
It's
go
like
in
a
a
coat, a
bar,
top
you
coat
lean
and
on
shit?
a bar, and
Yeah.
you see that nice shine.
Like gloss and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so she knows how to do that, okay? I'm telling you, you don't need no man, okay? You're doing
No,
it
I
all on your
don't.
own. Facts.
I made coasters today. Actually, I just finished them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I put
Word.
like little sayings on them.
Fuego.
yeah.
What were some sayings that you had on the coasters?
One says I'm gay,
Okay, alright, sure.
and
yeah, why
another
not?
says fuck your pyramid scheme.
Yeah, fuck your pyramid scheme.
And
Facts.
just say no to MLMs.
Yeah, fucking MLM. Yes, that's hilarious.
Multi-level
Yeah,
marketing
marketing
is an
schemes.
issue.
Yeah,
like
for
that's
sure.
another thing I'm trying to execute is like genuineness, not people that are trying to get you hooked on something that's so temporary that's just going to evaporate and leave. Like a lot of those MLMs make promises for big, lavish lifestyles, but meanwhile they're making people broke and they're ruining our society, and it's just not good for us. Like if you thought like tomorrow you can make this much money just by like fucking people over, like that's what MLMs are.
Right.
They're scamming people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm against that. So
Facts.
that's just one of my lines. It's like
Facts,
those
facts.
things. So
Fuck MLMs. Big facts, big facts. You know, like they give you these false promises thinking about to get this orange Lambo after selling a couple beverages. Nah, it ain't
Are you
even
talking
like
about
that.
BMO?
Whoa, I wasn't even trying to throw no names to be real specific
But they're,
like
guess
that.
what? They went out of business though.
Yeah, hell yeah, they did, because fuck MLMs.
And Bob Proctor was a part of that shit.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Making
Shit.
making those grandiose claims of if you think about it, it'll come.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, all their associates were broke, right, and negative in debt. So what they did was they changed their business plan to say that failure, you can't succeed without failure. So they tried to make the failure part of the
fucking
success,
so
but they ended
smart.
up fucking over people more,
Shit.
and that company no longer exists.
Of course they don't, but
Yeah.
that's insane how they're able to turn their failures into a marketing plan or marketing strategy.
But that's why you got to extra look at who's trying to sell you shit and
You
what
gotta stay
their
woke.
bigger goal is.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So like, what have you ever been sold a product though that you actually ended up like being like, whoa, I kind of actually fuck with this? Like, have you been because me personally, like, you know, like on Instagram you'd see ads and all these things. You might talk about something.
Yeah.
Right now we might talk about something. We might see an ad
And your
that's similar
phone
to
picks
it, right?
up on it.
You're right, and I don't like that
It-
at all.
But when it's helpful,
Yeah, have you ever seen anything that was helpful?
yeah, actually, there were things that I had dreamt of and thought of and never
Dreamt
spoke
of it?
never spoke of
What?
it. But because it's measuring our habits so much,
Yeah.
we're turning into predictable people.
Right.
No matter how much you think that you're different,
course.
that there's fucking
These algorithms.
technologies and
Yeah.
algorithms that are studying you to know what
Human
you're going to do
behaviors.
next.
Yeah, of course.
So yes, I have, and I hate it, and that's why I
Same.
delete the Instagram or these apps off of my phone.
Do you?
Because so I feel like I have a little bit more freedom, you know.
But
sometimes.
if you delete Instagram, how would we have met and became
But
good
then I
friends?
re-download it, and then I
Okay.
make some friends, and
Right.
then we come
Okay,
over, and we
alright.
sit on my Tufted couch.
Hey, okay, facts. Okay, so like, you delete like Instagram and shit like that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Like, because I have that addicted personality. Like, I have ADD, right? So it's just like, when you start your day off with a certain intention, like, say you start it off and then you look at it, your brain's for the rest of the day is going to want to still hit that high.
True.
And it's never going to be the same. Because
Right.
you were waking from sleep, like, your brain wasn't fully awake yet. So you're going to be more enticed by something colorful and someone acknowledging you, which is
Right.
what social media is. Someone telling you you exist and you're great. And
Yeah.
but that's what your brain just automatically thinks. So if you keep looking at that all day, that's what you're gonna look for. Does someone like me? Does someone like me? Does someone like me?
So
So
interesting.
that's why I go and I post my things. I interact because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And I go and I look for something new. If I haven't learned something new that I want to learn more about,
Yeah.
I get off. And
Right.
if I have, I still get off. Delete it. Focus my time for at least 4 hours onto different things that I want to accomplish, and
Right.
then I come back.
Interesting.
Because if you're doing that all day, you're pacifying yourself to make even worse decisions for
Of
the
course.
rest. You don't want a 2-year-old brain. You're an adult. You want
Right.
an adult brain.
Right.
And you have to be in control of that.
100%.
So-
That's so interesting. So how long of like a time period would you delete it for?
Sometimes a couple hours, but the
Yeah.
longest I went was 6 months, and people thought I was dead.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew in order for me to like get new habits and execute things, I knew I had to not be constantly being like, "Hey guys, I'm doing this.
Right.
Do you like me?"
Yeah,
Like you got to
right.
just do it and fail and go again and do it.
Yeah, just check in when you need to and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a
Right.
joke.
That's interesting. Like for me personally, like I don't really have pictures of myself on my Instagram, so I never really thought of that. Like I like
Oh, you're coming from a different angle.
completely different angle, so I don't even understand what you're speaking about. So it's so interesting to me because like I understand like you're a pretty girl, and I feel like you should be validated. People should tell you you're pretty, but I feel like if you get so juiced up to like 9,000, 10,000 people, all these thousands of people telling you this, it could be you get jaded to it, and it could just not be
The
as
comparison
realistic.
to other people, like that's a big cause of failure, is
Right.
comparing yourself, but not in a motivational way, and in a way that make you feel like you're lacking.
Right.
Because of course you're gonna lack we lack in different areas, but as long as you're trying to acquire it, you're still attaining it, you know? It's
Yeah.
still good in that sense. But
Right.
I grew up ugly, so so no matter what happens with social media, I always remember my baseline.
Well,
you were ugly, bitch.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so you know, like I think you're beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, but I'm like I know
I
what
feel
it's
like
like to be ugly.
I feel like it's all about perception, though. It's all about how you feel. Like I feel like
You think a girl that's been hot her whole life is gonna have a personality? Do you really think that?
What is hot though? Like, you know, like what do
No,
you
someone
think?
is constantly told how beautiful she is, like constantly.
If you're told you're beautiful, that's a different story. I think if you're like from birth and always been handed things to you, I think that doesn't build good character.
No,
You have to have,
Yeah, I agree
you have
with you
to
on
like
that.
get some shit. Like people
Excuse
got
me.
yeah, no worries. Like people got to give you some shit. People got to tell you you're a piece of shit. You got to fail a couple times.
Absolutely.
You got to like
not be liked.
not be liked. You got to like
Be a lone wolf for a bit.
not be picked for that team. Be the last person picked on the dodgeball team. You got to like
Start at zero at something.
you know what I mean? 100%, 100%. I think that type of stuff builds character. Like you really find out who you are. Like even when you say you delete your Instagram, I feel like that's when you start to find out what you're really interested in, because I feel like maybe for someone who their image is getting constantly validated on Instagram, then they need to find other validations. Maybe you have to go learn how to put resin on a table or do something different.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
then that's when you find real life fulfillment for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And it's also not real. It's not a real place. Like,
Yeah.
I hate when people say, oh, I see your half-naked pictures on Instagram. So, I get paid for those.
Right, yeah.
What's your point?
Yeah.
And it's not how I always look. Sometimes I wear no makeup and I got thick bags under my eyes.
Right.
And I smell like mints. So
You know.
like it's a different interaction.
Mints are good smells. I ain't
We're
tripping
not
over
smelling
mints.
each other though when we're on Instagram, you know
right,
what I mean?
they should get that option. That'd be sick. Can you imagine a mint?
or
off
getting like
or-
a heat flow, like when you're looking
Ooh.
at a picture, like a certain flow of
you can
heat on
kinda
your
tell
body.
what the other person
like
was
a
feeling and
tingle.
shit.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that'd
that's a
be
good
sick.
idea.
You should get that. That'd be lit. Like if I could feel your vibes through the phone, damn near, that'd be lit.
Kiss me through the phone.
You know? Oh shit, that's a vibe. That's a vibe.
That is.
That's crazy. So like with modeling, like I feel like, well, yeah, with Instagram, I think the whole thing is like people put their best face forward and all the time. So it's not really about
It's a
you never really
manipulated
yeah
aura.
you never really see you like eating cereal in the morning, doing your regular
Farting.
stuff. Yeah, you know your regular
Yeah.
regular stuff. You typically see your best face forward. So like people can kind of get lost in that facade oftentimes. But it's good to see you disconnect from that. That's really interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Well, I'm trying to keep my humility as a human being because it's like, it makes you so robotic if you're just constantly on a screen, you know?
Yeah, 100%, no
Yeah.
doubt, no doubt. So like, when did you start like doing modeling and stuff like that?
So,
We got the water on the side. We got the wine right here.
I'm a little bit baked, so I'm getting that dry mouth.
Yeah,
going on.
I feel you. No worries. Take your time.
So yeah, when
no
I was
pressure, no pressure.
So when I was 18, I got out of my first breakup, and I had really low self-esteem.
Okay.
So I paid $1,000 to do a Sutherland Models course.
Sutherland Models. That was like a modeling agency.
Yeah.
I remember Sutherland Models actually. Okay. Tell
Yeah,
me
that's
more.
how I got started in modeling, because I went through a really bad breakup and I was trying to like rebuild my confidence. So I was working 2 jobs at the time, so I put aside $1,000 for this course.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really worth it, but I did get to learn a few things, and then I made friends with people. That was back when Facebook first started. So
Right.
I think I know maybe one person still from it. So anyway, I did that, and then after that I did my next breakup was the only last time I modeled
It's
after
like an
that.
Adele soundtrack. I feel like
Really?
After every breakup, like big
I'm
pivotal
only
moments.
realizing it
I feel like you're like
now.
Adele. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
And then I found someone else.
You know? Oh
And
shit.
no, yeah, I was 22, and then I did Sunshine Girl, and then I
Sunshine
got
Girl,
a bunch
okay.
of pictures from that, and then
Yeah.
I started cascading into getting paid gigs and just random stuff. But I got a lot of complaints from like actual commercial fucking industry people that I was trying to get an agent with that said like, you're too sexy. Like I
What?
would get that a lot. Like, you're not commercial. I'd be like, you're too sexy.
Too sexy.
Yeah.
How can one be too sexy? I don't
Oh,
know.
and they also said, like, the scar underneath your eye, you know, directors are going to come up to me and they're going to say, oh, what is wrong with that girl? She's got a dent in her face. And then, like, the way.
Haters. These haters.
So I gathered my own work by being my own niche
You
broad.
model, yeah, doing your thing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
who I am.
I rate it. It was cool that how you just like reached out to me. You reposted the podcast and stuff. You like fuck with the vision. I fuck with you. That's dope. That's dope.
We have similar goals and paths
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
doubt, no doubt. Great minds think alike, you know. So now we're here.
Absolutely.
Okay. So like, have you had any like weird like fans like saying any like crazy DMs like from fans and stuff like that? Like, what's some crazy shit you've seen?
You know what? For the, like, every time that happens, I exploit it and like call out those people and I turn it into comedy. But for the most part, my brand and my attitude is very close to my actual personality, which is I'll respect you until you disrespect me, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong and why I don't accept that.
Right.
Because I would rather be feared by people that are going to try to treat me like shit than be someone that you can walk all over.
Right.
So that's literally part of my brand. So unless you're really stupid and you don't take like the effort to like scroll through my profile, you wouldn't see that. So what that, maybe some random like people that don't speak my language from another like foreign country would be like, Miss, oh, I still have the screenshots up on my one of my stories. It's like, see butthole, see vagine, like, you know, those random like disrespectful foreign people is crazy. The main thing that I can remember if we're talking about that weird fans, I guess.
Fair enough. And
what about you? Do you get that?
I honestly do get that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Who? Like, crazy people, because like I post a lot of just pictures of girls and stuff like that, so people surprisingly can't tell that I'm a photographer, even though it's different girls all the time. Dumb people. Yeah, it's stupid how like stupid these guys are. They like it blows my mind. But no, I get people like offering like how much to go on a date with you, like all this stuff, like literally people wanting to fuck their wives, like crazy stuff, and it's just like
they literally want. What isn't that specific fantasy called something like Blacked or?
No, Blacked is a channel on like. I know,
but like a black man fucking your wife is a whole fantasy.
Shit,
all right. What's it called? Like, I know it's a cuck thing.
I know, yeah, a cuck, but I didn't know that's highly specific. I didn't realize like I fit into that category.
No, you do.
Damn.
No, seriously.
Shit.
Black man.
Same, I gotta get paid extra for that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, facts. I thought I was just a regular guy fucking his wife.
You're a niche.
I'm a black guy fucking his wife. Shit. You're right.
Any person in this world that thinks that they're not part of someone's fuckable niche is a fool. I'm telling you,
just elevated my game.
Everybody. Yes.
Facts. This ain't just regular. I ain't no regular guy fucking your wife, bro. I'm a black guy fucking your wife, yo. You gotta pay extra for this, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Just people wanting to bow down and be like, I'm sorry, bro. Fuck my wife.
Yo, literally, like I don't know what it's gonna be like, but yo, shit. Like if they're paying good enough money, I have to. OnlyFans, check that out. You know, onlyfans.com/Stoo-ie. Check that out. Crazy.
And then have a direct link on to your YouPorn.
YouPorn coming soon. I was gonna say get a director to direct. I was gonna say you could just direct the thing. You know what I mean? Like get you behind camera. I like your vision. Like I feel like you could come up with some creative.
I would love to
stuff.
In my lifetime write my own porn and direct it. I think that would be amazing.
I honestly feel like you could do some.
You have probably part of a union. You have it in a safe place with all the right precautions and like so it's not sleazy. It's like direct and like right lighting and right airflow, so there's no too many smells.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like that's the type of stuff you're thinking of. Like it's just funny. Like this shows the female perspective. I'm thinking like all I just wanted was a sick timeline. Like if I were to direct a porno, like I just want something with like a sick storyline, some sick characters, maybe like an explosion, a car chase or some shit like that. Maybe a shootout or some shit. Like
you're missing the fast forward type people.
But you're like, you're like the real deal stuff. You're like, we gotta make sure it's clean. We gotta make sure everybody's good. Like I'm skipping way past that. I'm like explosions, guns, like crazy shit. Like that's so funny. That's so funny. But I feel like we could collab on that. We could direct some crazy shit. For sure.
I could picture us behind a desk when people doing that auditions and us being like, yes.
I don't know about that.
I'm thinking about her bangs. Okay.
I don't know.
We'll give you a call.
Facts. That'd be crazy. 100%. Maybe we have to do that. We'll write that down.
Oh my God, please.
Ooh,
can we do a dating show? But I have to smoke weed with everybody that I'm on a date with.
Yeah.
And then I talk shit about them afterwards.
Sure,
That's a good idea, right?
Yeah. Smoke weed on the date, and then like depending on the strain, I feel like you talk different shit. Like if you got like an indica, you might just have to smoke the indica because this guy's so boring and shit. You just have to smoke the indica to get through it and shit.
But maybe on his level.
Yeah, like, which is like stupid, like fucking like pre-human type shit, like retard. God. Like I don't know, like the R word, crazy. I don't even know if we should say that nowadays. It's 2020.
No, you can because if people get mad, it's what do you call it? News.
News you can use? I don't know what.
No, when something gets really popular, it's
Viral?
controversial.
Controversial.
Viral,
right.
whatever, yeah.
So we're trying to go controversial. You should say something controversial. Like, what's like... tell me
No,
something
it'll drop out naturally.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
I feel like the MLM things could be a whole fucking section for someone to be like, you're mean because blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy. Is there anything else that you're not fucking with? Like you said, you don't like MLMs. What are other things that you stand against?
Someone wanting
Which
all
isn't
the
very
benefits
obvious.
of you without, like, respecting you.
Yeah.
Like, there's
That's.
a whole
I feel like that's pretty obvious. but
genre of
something
people.
like pretty obvious. Something that's less obvious. Like, say for instance, me, off top, I might not fuck with like say for instance, I shoot Canon, so I don't fuck with Nikon. Like, you don't even show me a Nikon camera.
I'm
Get
not
that
that passionate about anything that I'm willing to, like, fight like that, unless it's, like, a detail to me, you know? Yeah.
But I just found the MLM that was so almost out of pocket. I've never heard someone be so passionately against MLMs, because I understand MLMs are hella sleazy, but
Because people are so willing to like what the pack likes and stuff, they're not willing to talk about, you know, the darker side of things, because they want things to be, like, I just feel like most people are pretty simple.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that, it just shows more of a character, like an actual, like, good characteristic where you, like, care about people not being fucked over and not being, like, promised lies or, like, because they fuck over a lot of really poor people, so it keeps the poor people poor.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I don't like that.
Facts. Yeah. Fair
That
enough.
represents me.
Fair enough.
Other stuff is not my problem. For, like, I love arguing. Like, I like arguing in a way that's, like, good, you know, talking about something different.
Sure.
Like, I'll never keep, like, the same position unless it's, like, a morality thing, right?
So you rationalize your thoughts and, like, you're willing
Yeah,
to switch
because I'm
up
an
and shit.
adult.
Yeah.
So.
Facts, yeah. What was so crazy to me, it's like I recently discovered that in the States, if you believe in climate change, that's more or less one political side. Like, they have two political
Isn't
sides.
that weird?
And if you believe in that, you're automatically sectored into one side. And I was like, yo, I support Do-Wood, but it's like, yo, does that automatically put me into one political sector? Like, it was crazy. Like,
No.
Do-Wood, they plant trees for every 10 products sold on the website. They
That's
plant one
good.
tree.
That's
And I was like, yo,
smart.
I thought that's amazing, right?
That's
but it's
really
like,
smart.
does that make me automatically one political sector now? Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, whoa.
You know, Serge Tankian said one of, like, my favorite things about, like,
Serge Tankian?
yeah, he's the lead singer in System of a Down, but about
Okay.
government and politics in general, he said we should be able to vote on each individual issue differently, and it shouldn't
Right.
be a one-sided thing or
Yeah.
or a specific thing. Like, how much do you want to donate to the hospital, considering, like, your life history and, like, the things that you've experienced. You would probably want to vote differently on the
Right.
hospital sector.
Sure, yeah.
And then schooling.
Right.
Because if you're a single person, then you're a family person, you do think differently, and I think that you can aid society in different ways. So I don't
That's a very interesting way to think
ever
about it.
agree with, like, totally left and totally right.
Yeah.
I'm an individual, I'll think differently. And what I
Right.
don't like about what's trending and shit right now is that you have, like, people that go, you have to choose, and they try to hold a gun to my head. No, I will sit in the corner and I'll be the different person. I don't give a shit.
Right,
I don't
right.
need you to like me.
Yeah.
I like thinking differently.
100%.
And everything is different. I can't generalize everything that I think in a certain category, you know?
Yeah, I think at one point it was okay to think different, and we awarded people to think differently. But nowadays, it's almost as if like everything's become so religious in the sense where religion sees all these bad things happening, but people are so hush hush about it. It's like you see all these priests doing all these bad things to people, but they're like, oh no, it's religion, oh hush hush. And it's like if
Yeah.
you talk out of it, it's
And-
like,
and
oh,
then
are you a
paying people
non-believer?
out.
And it's like all these things, and I feel like that's how everything's been going nowadays. It's like you have to believe this one thing, and if you talk outside of that, you're now a non-believer and you don't believe in it. It's so weird. Like even with this whole stuff of the situation we're in, these people being masks, non-masks, it's like, I don't know, I feel like people I don't know, it's so touchy. I feel like people should have the option to be able to want to think the way they want to do, but it's just like the minute people start thinking that, it's like, whoa, they're now automatically on the opposition. but like you don't.
Because people like predictability. If they can predict your behavior, they'll never have to think in the future and adapt to circumstances.
Right, right.
They want things easy.
Right, yeah.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll never. People want to be fucking liked so bad they're willing to adapt whatever's popular, you know.
100%, yeah.
So being a free thinker will intimidate those people.
It definitely
right?
does. Definitely does. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, when did you like? I like your way of thinking. When did you start like thinking about this? Was it? From
You know what I
birth?
miss with that other question you were asking is
Yeah.
that fact that I grew up Catholic and I went to a Catholic high school,
Yeah.
uniform, fucking kilts,
Yeah.
and Catholic elementary school.
Okay.
So it was a different way to. But what they didn't like about me and what they even said was, Diana, we're praying for you because we know that you ask a lot of questions and we're guessing it's God's way to make you like that. Because I would ask why certain things were the way that they were and
Right.
why it was like against women, why women couldn't be priests and
Right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that. And they really didn't like my questioning.
And it's so hush hush, and it's like, why can't women be priests? I don't understand. Like it makes no sense to me. And it's like if you start to question these things, it almost as if it's sacrilegious.
Excuse me.
No worries. It's like if you start to do these things, it becomes like sacrilegious almost, and it's like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
we just
going against the group is looked down upon, right?
Right, yeah. And it's like people are so hush hush about that, but it's like, no, we need to have free thinking. Otherwise, we would never be here in a society. People need to be able to think what they want to do. And then we got to figure out, all right, this person likes this person likes this. Let's break it down and figure out an equality in a way that people can come together and some kind of amicable agreement for what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? It's crazy though. Like, so you grew up Catholic, eh? Like, I feel like you'd be like, I don't know. I feel like you'd be like a sexy Catholic schoolgirl. Like, I don't know. I feel like you got the vibe. Yeah. Damn.
I still have the kilt actually.
Yeah, eh? Shit. No doubt.
It's such a piece of it's a piece de resistance. You know, it's like it's a vintage for me.
Damn,
my
eh?
fucking kilt.
So what was high school like for you in the
I
kilt
was
and
super
shit?
quiet. And I was so ugly in grade 9. In grade
Don't
10,
say
I got
this.
super
I'm imagining
hot.
you so sexy in this kilt right now in my mind. Like, don't even tell me
Well,
that.
in grade 10, when I fucking,
You
like,
were hella
so I was
sexy.
super skinny, and then
Yeah.
I went on birth control, and I fucking got tits overnight.
That does that? Really? Tell me more about that. What the fuck? So birth control gives you tits? You don't have to like.
Well,
do-
it
what?
hypes up your hormones, so it's
Really?
it's like a steroid. It'll increase your, and then at that age, your
that a-
hormones are already blaring, so it's like an extra fucking 10 it up to 11 type shit to
So
your
is-
hormones.
So you're saying it's more effective if you're going through that changing period as a young female if you were to take the
I think
birth
so,
control?
but they still don't know because they don't have enough science about birth control. They only have it since like the 80s, 70s.
So you think that when you took birth control, it got your boobs bigger and shit?
It did.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as you take it, your tits start growing.
That's pretty lit.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit. So like, so you're in high school, tits are starting to get big. You're taking this birth control. That
And
sounds
then I
hot.
take fucking contacts, put contacts in, and not wearing glasses anymore. I got my braces off in grade 9.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the guys
A
started
lot.
paying attention to you
A
and
lot of
shit.
transitioning, yeah.
Yeah. And when did you have your first boyfriend?
Oh, grade 9.
Grade 9?
No, grade 10.
Grade
sorry.
10 after that transition?
15,
Yeah.
yeah.
After the braces were out?
Uh-huh.
Boobs were in? Yeah.
Uh-huh,
Okay. Ready to
yeah.
sin? Okay. Little Catholic schoolgirl? Okay.
But not really, because, like, I still was, like, very in control of myself, so.
So you guys were just holding hands in the library, touching feet a little bit?
We were real clean.
Yeah, eh? And when did you, like, discover, like, more, like, promiscuous, dirty side?
Okay. When you say promiscuous, that means a lot of different people.
Okay.
And being sexual can mean different, like, it doesn't have to mean a lot of people.
Interesting.
So.
Interesting. Okay, so
What-
let's
say
reword
more, that question.
Yeah, let's do when did you start to realize you're more sexual?
Okay.
Because I feel like for me, the reason why I asked it that way is because when I first became sexual, it was more promiscuous for me as a young male. I feel like sex was everywhere. You know what I mean? So maybe from the
Okay, I
female
get it.
perspective, it might not has been so promiscuous. So I think my early thoughts were hella promiscuous. So maybe it was a little bad wording for me. But maybe for you when you're younger, when did you start realizing these sexual desires and stuff like that?
Right, like halfway through grade 10.
Okay.
To the summer from grade 10 to grade 11. I remember, what do I remember? Oh, I remember I was getting attention from. Okay, so for me to go from no attention to getting attention,
Yeah.
you see how cheap people are.
Right.
You see, like, that's all it took for you to notice me.
Right.
But my personality never changed, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So our interactions are different, even though I'm saying nothing. Like, I was still kind of quiet, you know? Like, people would just fill shit in when you were a quiet girl at that age.
Right.
You just fill shit in their head. Oh, she's this, because she's not saying much. She's easy to
True.
manipulate, whatever.
True.
So knowing that men were like that and having guy friends, I was just like, oh, I'm going to turn around. I'm not going to be a fucking girl that just randomly gives head. I'm going to get head. I was like,
Yeah, you are.
I was like,
Yeah,
I'm not
you
going
are.
to be like that. So this guy that super had a crush on me, I mean,
What'd you make him do? Tell us.
okay, he was like super into me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to do anything for you. And
Yeah.
I was a virgin. He would make fun of me for being a virgin. I was like, fine, you're going to eat me out in the stairwell
Yeah,
that's
you are.
cut off from everybody. Everybody used to fuck in that stairwell.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't fucking. I was getting someone to eat
You're
me
getting
out.
off top. You're standing.
I was
You had
standing
him
up.
on his knees.
I was
rate
standing,
it.
yes.
I rate it.
Before I ever blew a guy, that's the first thing.
You stand up when you get head.
that
I rate it.
happened to
High
me.
five. High
Yeah.
five. I also stand up when I get head. I fuck with you. That's lit.
Because I know that about being around men that are like that and be like,
Yeah.
I want to, but in a way that's like mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm better than you. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to do that then.
Yeah, facts. I
Because
fuck with that
instead of
heavy.
being a victim, you can
Yeah.
be the fucking, you know what I mean?
For sure. And like, I think it's so like dominant and puts that motherfucker in his place just to say, yo, you're gonna stand up and you're gonna get ahead. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Yeah.
anyone that takes that authority and does that, I rate it. That's super sick.
It's confidence in yourself too. And I
That's hella
wasn't
early.
confident for so long,
Right.
and I wanted to know what that's like. And that's all anything is. It's a thought in your mind and then it's executing it.
That's early in the game. That's crazy. So
Not to say that I make good decisions in other areas of my life, but when we're talking about sexuality, I
Right.
was definitely always thinking like, I never want to be lower.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, you want to stand your ground. It's your, because the whole thing is like, you want to have your pleasure done. It's not. I feel like guys are so nut and cut type of attitude, but it's like, yo, you got to get yours, and this guy's got to give it to you type of vibe. And I like how you went for that approach. I fucking rate that. That's sick. So you're saying people are having sex in this hallway at this Catholic high school that you went to and shit?
Yeah, or other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was the one
others-
hallway that didn't have cameras,
Holy
or little
shit.
doorway area. Yeah.
So would you ever like see anything happening like while you're going in between classes or anything like that?
No,
Like,
this guy that beat up his girlfriend though broke the glass door. You know how there would be like a square in the middle like door? He
What did he
broke
do,
that
like-
when he was like yelling at her one time.
the fuck? This is domestic violence. Holy shit. In high school too.
Yeah.
This is crazy. My high school was really boring, to be honest. Like, I never.
And I was in the country. It was Caledon
yeah.
East.
Yo, I feel like
We had cows in our football field.
maybe it's the small town that does it. Maybe it's something in the water. Holy
Yeah,
shit, that's
for
crazy.
sure, I think
yeah,
so.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, so grade 10, you're getting head standing up. I love it. I love it. And when did you first have sex? When did you?
Oh, grade 11.
Grade 11.
So like
Yeah.
16 turning 17, I think.
Were you also standing up? I'm joking.
No. I was really
like it now.
awkward. It was really terrible
That's
actually.
the first time. No, that's understandable.
And it was just this guy that like I thought looked like, remember the show Desperate Housewives?
Yeah.
The gardener guy, the sexy Mexican guy.
Yeah,
that
the
slept
gardener
with
was so sexy,
Eva.
guys.
Yeah.
He was so sexy. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the chicks know what I'm talking about. And he was super hot.
Sure.
This guy looked like him.
All right,
And
cool.
so, yeah, we were. I just like had like one of my first beers with him,
Yeah.
and then I don't know, it just really just like happened. It wasn't just like a planned thing.
Yeah, nice. And was it enjoyable at that time, or did it take time for you to start enjoying sex?
No, I didn't know what to do. And I
Right.
didn't know about moving my hips. Like, you don't understand, like, back in the day, like, we didn't have as much, like, sexual shit in your face all the time to know what, like, movement is. And
right.
porn wasn't really a rampant thing because everybody shared the same computer. Like,
It's true.
you don't know as much
Yeah,
at
you're
that.
right,
So it's like
you're right.
you're literally just a child with bigger limbs, you know?
Right, fair enough. Especially being in the country, not exposed to much, small town, like maybe.
Yes,
did
a
you
lot
have
of
to get-
judgment from people if you are a little bit sexy or any
Right.
of that, you
And
know?
did you have like cable back then? Like, what was the cable? How
Yeah.
many channels did you have on TV back then?
Jeez, I don't know, like 60.
60
and then
channels.
people started getting into stealing satellites. So there was
Right.
some free, if you catch it late enough.
Catch it late enough, or maybe go over to your neighbor's
Some
house.
Red Shoe Diary shit.
Red
though.
Shoe Diary with that.
So it's like
after
when they're
hours
having
type
sex,
vibes.
he's like below the pelvis, and he's just like
Shit.
awkwardly moving.
You know what I mean? You got, that's like probably like channel like 2050, right between 2051. You got to go in between, scroll between. You get
Yeah.
the right signal. Shit, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
And my mom used to have like hardcore parental settings, so once we got the satellite, it was harder to control that. So
True.
opened it right up.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to add like the coat hanger to the satellite to get that extra signal pointed out to the moon and shit. Like get that extra.
No, we didn't have to do that.
You have to-
Just
maybe that was me. I was in Jamaica. That shit was crazy.
I
we had to
believe
do
that.
the coat hangers. That shit was crazy. That's wild. So 50 channels is on the, what did you like growing up? Like what was like your TV shows as a young lass growing up in the country?
in high school or just in general?
In general, like when you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of stuff because I was like a TV person.
Yeah.
Okay, I loved The Cosby Show. I loved A Different World. I loved Freakazoid, Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice.
X-Men. I loved
X-Men,
X-Men. Oops, I grabbed it. Dude, the one thing I'm not supposed to do, I did.
No worries, no. So you like X-Men, like the cartoon or the?
The cartoon. I
yeah,
loved
yeah,
it so
facts,
much.
facts,
I wanted to be Jubilee, and that was the lamest character. She only had like firework power.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she was so lame.
I bet you fuck with the aesthetic. Like she looked cool, no? Like
She
just-
did.
yeah,
She
you
had
looked
like the
hella cool.
gloves and
Yeah.
like collared like trench coat.
Yeah. The animation back then, like it was so much detail, attention to detail. Like even the collar pop collar, that's a vibe. It's a
But
vibe.
also like
Yeah.
they had really cheap drawing artists or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's like colors like fucking shifting over the lines. Like
Right.
it was a little bit bad.
I think that adds to the aesthetic, though. I feel like now children see everything so perfect.
That's
like
true.
I feel like you need some imperfections. Like even with me, it's like I feel like whenever you get so used to everything being so perfect, like it's like with you got to detach and like delete Instagram to.
It's just like a guy would say something about like your stretch marks to be like, do you not understand that you're not airbrushed in real life? Like
Yeah, facts. I kind of like stretch marks. I can't
Same.
believe these guys are saying shit about stretch marks. He's immature. Don't even talk to him.
no one said that with me.
Yeah,
but
clearly
other
not.
girls.
Yeah, other girls, of course. Who would never
I've
say
heard
about
that, but yeah, what is the meanest thing a guy said about my body though? I wonder. I don't know. I'm sure they've said something.
Speaking of
stupid.
stretch marks, do you have any stretch marks?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Lots right here because I went from like a smaller weight to a bigger weight.
Yeah.
But like I call them like tiger stripes. They don't bother me because
Yeah.
when you get tanned, like it'll still look good.
Right.
I think it looks fine.
It's so funny that you say from a smaller weight to a bigger weight, and I'm just like, yo, her ass got fatter, bro. Like,
No, it did.
It's not.
It definitely went
is
from
it-
like nothing to like, because I worked on just my ass.
Right.
From being anorexic skinny to
Sure,
bigger.
sure.
So it's always there because when I get fat or whatever, the fat just goes over the muscle. So
Right.
it's always going to be like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But in your mind as a female, I think you're attributing it to like a weight factor, and I'm just focused, yo, her ass got fatter, bro. I'm happy. I'm not even.
No, but the way that it went, like I controlled where it went.
Oh, that, yo, you're like an
from
X-Man.
actually working on it, yeah.
That's lit. That's
I
lit. You're just like, yo, fat, go to the ass. That's pretty lit. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
lit.
it's cool.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. So do you work out a lot, or like what do you? What
No,
workouts?
I did. At one
Yeah?
point, I worked out really like a lot, and now I'm slowly getting myself into it and where I want it to be like in a healthy way instead of like an obsessive way.
I feel like we're really similar in that sense. Like we do a lot of different things, and we might get distracted by these things, but I feel like that's what really connects. You know, we have a lot of things going on. We're like really.
We're obsessive in the same points in the same areas.
Yeah. Attention to detail things. People might think it's a little bit obsessive, but it's like I'm just hella passionate about what I do, bro.
Yeah.
Like for sure. No, I really fuck with your vibe. Like I think we should definitely do this again sometime. What do you think about that?
I think we should make it a regular thing.
Yeah.
I should be your Joey Diaz of your Joe Rogan
Ooh,
podcast.
that is a very good metaphor. I fuck with that.
Because you understand.
Yeah.
By the way, I used to date someone that was part of the Joe Rogan experience.
Really?
Yeah. You know
the
Red Band?
Red Band? No, I'm not. Who's Red
Oh,
Band?
he used to be like the audio engineer of the Joe Rogan experience when it started.
Like Jamie? Like the guy that
he was
the
before
Jamie? He was okay.
Yeah.
I only know Jamie. I'm kind of late to the party. I'm kind of sorry. Yeah. But no, this was super dope. I really fuck with this vibe. I fuck with the tufted couches. I learned a lot with this experience. And I feel like there's a lot we need to dive into more, and I feel like we should get into it. Yeah, we'll do it. We could do a little wardrobe outfit, switch it up. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah, I changed. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was all about changing.
No, but you look great. It's all good. It's all good. So, thank you for coming out. Thank you for having me at your humble abode.
No
This
problem.
is Sit with Stoo-ie. And yo, tune in for the next episode. Gang, gang.
Next episode. Gang, gang.
Yeah.